Go live in sec. All right. And here we go. We are now live. Alrighty. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. It's your man, Aldridge, George Page, coming to you live on YouTube. And usually, I usually do my muscle talk because I am the emperor of female bodybuilding muscle talk. But I'm trying to stretch out my empire, as you know, and I have done conducted an interview with an MMA fighter before, and this is going to be another interview I'm doing with another MMA fighter, and I'm doing it with a champion, and and this is just an honor we have here before us, LFA's strawweight champion, one Lupita, Godinez, hola, señorita.
Hi, Godinez, yeah.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear
How,
me?
how you doing?
Good.
Yes, I can
How
hear
are
you. I
you?
can hear you. Yeah, yeah. How are you? How's your day been going?
Everything has been going really good. I'm back to training again, so I'm happy. Yeah, everything is good.
So first off is how did you get into MMA?
Oh man, well, since I was a little kid, I always liked kind of like contact stuff, contact sports. And since I was a little kid, I was always getting into a little trouble. Even when I was a little baby, when my mom put me into playgrounds and stuff like that, I will always end up making other kids cry, and the moms will come to my mom and tell her like, "What's wrong with your kid?" Right? So I kind of had it always in me.
Yeah,
And of course, as the year go on, I noticed it that I wanted to do WWE, but I couldn't. It was just like a dream, right? I was too young, and
hmm
then my mom put me into judo, and I love it and everything. And then I quit after when I hit the teenager age, and then I came to Canada. Years came by. I was working out and stuff, and then I met my boyfriend, and then he's like, "Oh, maybe you should join judo again." So I joined judo again. Hurt my knee after a few months, and I couldn't compete anymore. So I joined jiu-jitsu, and then I saw MMA in TV, and then I'm like, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. And yeah, I started training. Took me a few years until I fight, 2 years, and now here we are.
hmm So it was I think with a lot of people, especially women, what got them into MMA was a certain person. Like, and most often, most people say it was like, who was the person that got you into it? Who, like what was that? Your first fighter you saw that inspired you to get into MMA.
The fight that I saw, that when I find out about MMA and it was a female, that was Ronda Rousey. I don't remember if it
Pretty
was
much that's.
um
Well, go ahead.
yeah, I don't remember if it was Ronda and Misha or another fight. I don't really remember, but it was one like in the beginning of her fighting career, and
hmm
it was like, oh, I want to do that, and I just started training, find my gym, and started training.
Well, the good thing, like I said, what was the feeling when you first got hit?
Oh man, as I say, Ken Tran, my coach, didn't let me spar for one year because my reaction of getting hit, it was this, or just go into the corner and cover up. Yeah, yeah.
Like I said,
But
I was research. Like I was research. I was watching a lot of your fights and some of your fights. I remember I was watching your fight against was it Morgan Englehart,
yeah,
and I think that was early in your amateur career,
yeah,
and that was by the looks of it, that was a really tough fight. Like,
yeah.
was that tougher next to that fight you had with Vanessa?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That fight, it was that fight, and it was a great fight. I learned a lot from that fight too.
hmm But anyway, now you are originally from Mexico, but you are a dual citizen. You have you Canada is your home, and I know with COVID going around, it's hard between with Canada and with Mexico. Training has been difficult because one thing is I follow bodybuilding, and a lot of bodybuilders there's some in Canada is shut down, the gyms are shut down, and you're on the East Coast, you're on the West Coast, and you find it hard to find time to train or to find places to go, especially with this whole thing with the virus going on.
Yeah, well, of course, I'm always training. Of course, I have my little bubble of people that I train with, and that's it. I have a main partner with me, so it's all that matters. And yeah, I mean, I'm still training. It's just in my bubble.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you've been like with me, like so. I said, when researching you, you've been with so many different companies throughout throughout your time. You started out with I think it was you were with American Compete. Then you became the PTC champion for a minute. Then you came
Mhm.
up to LFA. Now, who did you like the most? Who was your favorite?
Oh, that's hard. I'm gonna be between Combate and LFA. Those.
Yeah, cause I know over there, one of the guys who was running the LFA used to be with WE. I used to be a fan of his back in the day. You know,
Mm.
and that was yeah. And but like I said, but like it's just been like this. This is like when you won that title. What was the feeling when like because I know it's like this was a split. You and Vanessa put on like it was hard for me to find out of that fight. It only showed so much of that fight and y'all put on a war. That was a battle. I mean, and y'all look like y'all just put it all on the line.
Yeah.
And when y'all were in the cage and they were telling you like it was going to be like a decision, what was your feeling? What was the back of your head thinking that she might win it or I might win it or
Yeah. Well, I knew well, you never know what's gonna happen. Of course, when you go to decision, it's always like 50-50, right? But I thought I did enough to win that fight. I thought I was the one that did the most damage, and I felt like every time I will hit her, like you will know that I hit her, right? Like I
mm-hmm,
made it really clear every time I hit, and once I won, I mean, yes, I was happy and everything, but at the same time, I'm never like, oh, I win and then that's it. For me, it's just another step closer to my goal. So
mm-hmm,
yeah, so of course it's exciting. I'm really happy I won, and everything. But it's just my competition is getting harder. It means, let's go back to training. It means I'm closer to my goal. That's what it means. Because that's not the end yet. It's just
mm-hmm.
one more step.
Just the beginning. hmm
Just the beginning.
Anyway, but you did, yeah. But you did the contender some time ago, and
Contenders? No, no. Vanessa did the contenders. I didn't go to the
oh
contenders.
Vanessa, oh okay, that's Vanessa. I'm sorry, my mistake. But if they never gave you the call, would you go? Because like I say, now that you're the champion, because I know there's been quite a few fighters from LFA that has gone up. Because I know a while back Sam Hughes Tisha Torres, and
Yeah.
Sam Hughes fought Vanessa, and also she fights a fighter that I'm fond of. That's I love it, Patrick Young, and
Mhm.
I'm surprised that now that you're the champion, because generally I would thought they'd pick you up after that performance. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what we're waiting for, and yeah, I know my time is coming, and I'm just training, getting better, and I'll be there when I have to be there. I'm itching
Yeah.
to get to be there, but my time is coming.
You get yeah. I wanna come on, Dana, because I want to go there, Dana, because I want to prove something, Because like I said, like if because I've been following MMA for quite some time, and like I said, the Strawweight division over there is strong. it's a murderer's gallery over there. It's killers there because like for a while you had Jessica Andrade there, Rose Namajunas. You have Weili Zhang, the current champion. You have JJ. We just like I said, well, last weekend you had Amanda Ribas, who was one of the top prospects. She just lost to Marina Rodriguez, and
Yeah.
it's one of the strong divisions right now. And what do you think? How would you place in that division? I mean, who would you want to face in your first fight if you were offered that opportunity?
I don't have a name, like a specific name, but if they give me anyone in the top 10, in the top 5, I will be more than happy. But I know if that doesn't happen, I know I gotta climb. I gotta climb the ladder like everyone else, and I'm fine with that. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm the best, in the best, in the best
Mhm,
weight class. So it's really
mhm.
exciting, and it's really I'm really looking forward to compete with those girls because I know they're killers.
So right now, with your division, who are the possible contenders or prospects for your title? 'Cause like I said, there's some people I'm assuming they are waiting for a chance at you at the big time.
Yeah, I don't know. I think what was her name? She
Love it,
just
Patrick Young,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Maybe
because
her.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
because she
But
fought yeah, yeah, because she fought the same night you fought when you won your title against Vanessa, and she fought her last fight. Was it about a couple of weeks ago?
yeah.
And then I think that's about it. I think it's about it. This is because like I said, me and Love It, we've become good friends over time, and she's one of my first interviews of an MMA fighter. And
hmm
like I said, I've been reaching out with a lot of ladies, and like I said, really what is I really want to support like I said, just for me, my channel is I do a lot of bodybuilding. I do a lot of follow a lot of female bodybuilders, and I really want to support ladies in combat sports also because one thing is like there's dozens of channels that dedicated to men in combat sports or other sports like that, but it's harder for y'all women because the fact is that society does not feel that women should be in such a violent sport. And
Yeah.
how you see that in your mindset, like you if you like go out and people meet you say you are MMA fighter, you're so petite, you're so cute, you're so young. Why would you do something like that?
Yeah. Well, I love it. I cannot imagine myself doing anything else. I honestly, I wouldn't know. I cannot tell you what would I be doing if I wasn't fighting. I have no idea. So my life, this is my life. This is what I do. This is what I want to do, and that's what I'm doing. And my mindset is, this is what I do every day. This is what I love. So like in myself, I know I had a lot to learn. I have a lot to prove. I have a lot to improve. All that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I know I'm one of the best women in MMA in the world. Like, I just know it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I also know that I
Well,
need
right
to.
there, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
right now I
say.
got people in here in the comment section. Oh, yeah, I'm about to say. Oh, I got people in the comment section. Man, Marcus Bell, he wants to say hello to you. Also, my man, Coach Sheridan Harrison, he's one of my big supporters. He's the guy who inspired me to do this. He says, muy bien, to sir. His Spanish is moche poquito. And like I said, this is the thing. Like, it's just that's it's the fighting lifestyle is that of a warrior, and you're like a ronin. That's that's a Japanese samurai. You travel, you go from here to here, you fight, for honor, and what we like about you. And this is what I like about you because I reached out also to Vanessa about doing the interview, but she never responded. And you took the time, and I'm just a small YouTuber. I only got maybe 400, but you took the time to come and just to talk with us, to my subscribers and to the rest of YouTube. And I really respect that about you. That really tells you what kind of person you. This shows you that you're a real champion. So and that shows a lot of respect. But
Yeah, of course.
as
Yeah,
your
like,
trade,
Yeah, like it's no matter if you're small or if you're big, or if I'm small or if I'm big. Like I feel like if everyone can just do a little bit, we can grow all together, and I think that's what also women's MMA needs. Like more viewers. Doesn't matter if it's 20 viewers in your. Doesn't matter how many people are watching. It's just matter of putting the word out there. No matter who is doing the interview, no matter who are you interviewing, right? So I just
Hmm.
I just think is yeah, it's cool, and I love talking to people, and also you're helping me to be better, and I'm not the greatest at
Yeah.
interviews and stuff, so you're also helping me, and we're just helping each other, and I think it's great, right?
Yeah. Well, I have a friend. She's a female bodybuilder. She's from South America, and her English is not as good, but we have a good conversation. We have good dialogue, and it's just same with you because you have a good if you it's just sometimes you may not language may not be as good, but as long as you have a good conversation with somebody, it works out. It works
Yeah,
out. But
yeah,
I was about to say like this is one thing is I got somebody here named Jason Rose saying that you are a phone booth fighter, and yes, I noticed with you, you are a brawler striker because you most of your fights you really throw some hands. You throw hands because that fight you had in against Felicia, you pretty much knocked that girl out. But because they say that was they went to decision, but that was a knockout.
yeah.
Herb Dean
They
saved her.
actually saw the video down, and the referee was in the middle, and then like after a split little second, like the bell rang. But that's what it is. That's what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. Yeah, because I said like, and that's one thing you say you want to like your game is one thing you want to work on also, but your strike is strong. You can throw some hammers, but I think you're still like I said you're still young, you're still developing, you're still growing, but everybody always needs something to tweak on, new improvements like that. But anyway, with things going on, with your family, anything like that. How do you feel about your choice as being a fighter? Like especially when you were a bad kid.
Yeah. Well, of course they get super nervous when I get a fight. My parents are like, "Oh no, why?" Like like we were so good with just train, that's fine, do whatever, don't fight. They get super nervous. But once I'm in there, like, and they know the contract is there, and it's happening, they are just so how do you say supportive, they
Hmm.
know, they help me out, they support me, my sister support me, my mom and dad. So it's awesome. They watch my fights. I have a couple videos where my mom is super nervous. I always tell them to videotape themselves when they're watching my fights. I love it. That's like my favorite part.
Let me guess. Your mom be like this. No, yeah, I cannot
Yeah,
watch you. I can't. I can't.
yeah, yeah.
She
And
be like,
she's moving as if she's fighting. Yeah,
mm,
yeah,
mm.
yeah.
So, or like how are you in the family? Like you say you have sisters. You say you have sisters. How many are you? Or where are you? Like, are you the youngest or the middle or?
So we're four girls, and I'm the oldest. And I have another one,
Oh.
Mariana. She lives in Georgia, in the States. She got married. She has kids now, and I have two more, Anna and Carla, which they're wrestlers. They have a scholarship for
Hmm.
a university here in Vancouver, for SFU, and they're really good.
Mm.
They also helped me with my wrestling, and yeah,
Hmm.
there were four girls.
That's good that you have your family. You have the support of your parents. You have your sisters helping you out. Is there anybody else that helps you out? Like your coaches, your training partners.
Yeah, well, my boyfriend, he's the one that does the strength conditioning, and my nutritionist and my weight cut, all of that. He does that. And my coaches, Ken and Nabil, my main coaches, they're my kickboxing and my jiu-jitsu. And then I go to this other gym. It's called Sabar Gym, where I do my boxing, just pure boxing. And then I got my sister's wrestling, and I got my main partner, which is Tara Ray. She's the one that I'm like, if I get a fight, I call her right now. Let's meet up in 2 hours or whatever, and then she's always there for me. You know, every fight camp, she's down to train whatever. I can beat her up. She beat me up, and I'm ready, and let's go fight. So that's
It's
amazing.
a, yeah, she beat you up like, oh yeah, Ray, yeah, you got me a black eye, Ray. But like I said,
Yeah.
especially, but when you're dieting, I know, like I said, with dieting, I know you'll be like craving something. Like when you're, what do you crave? Like when you're not like on a diet, you know?
What did oh man, everything. You know, I'm a fatty. You know, like if I eat so much. You know, I love sweets, sweets,
Oh
ice
my
cream.
God.
That's my favorite. That goes right in my heart. But like I also like my pizza. You know, a lot
Oh,
of sushi. The sushi here is really good. So yeah, all of that.
yeah. Don't talk about sweets for no fat man. I got a thing of Snickers ice cream bars in the deep freezer. I just had a pizza for lunch.
Yeah, that's
Where my
that's good.
yeah, my man, the coach, he just says, when does she have a fight? Coach, he says she don't have a fight right now. She's waiting for them to let her know. When would you fight in the UFC? She's waiting on two. He asking, um, Jason Rose has a question. You have an amateur win over Sam Hughes, who is current in UFC. You know, yeah, Sam Hughes debut against Teach Torres. So what did you think of her fight? He's asking what you think her fight against Sam Hughes.
What did I thought with her and Tisha?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought. Oh, that's hard. I thought she didn't show up. That's what I think. I think she didn't show up
Mm-hmm.
that day to fight Tisha. I feel like she wasn't ready, or maybe she didn't expect Tisha to be too fast, so fast. Like she was in shock maybe for a little bit. The eye,
Mm-hmm.
her eye got injured also. So it's hard to say. Things happen, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I had a
Yeah.
good stuff with her too. She's
It's
super tough.
yeah. Because I think, like I said, I'm surprised that, like I said, with so many other fighters, especially from LFA, you and Vanessa, that they picked her. And I mean, and I think you being a champion, generally, like if if there's a Victor, which is
Yeah.
that they recruit from, I would think they would pick somebody from Victor instead of from from
Yeah.
LFA. But then if you're gonna pick somebody, you're gonna pick anybody. You usually pick a champion.
What happened was she's from the States, right? She lives in Washington, so it's easier for her to travel than for me to apply, like for because I'm in Canada. I need a visa, so it takes like 15
Oh
days, and
yeah.
then fight in like a couple days or something like that, right? So it wasn't enough time for me
So
to
pretty
do it.
so pretty much the holdup is you're up here and you're in Vancouver. That's where you stay at.
Yeah.
And that's really why it's harder for you to come down here and fight here in the States. Because I think that's a big problem with a lot of fighters who fight out of the country. Because often UFC they've had fights from Brazil, and then COVID has hit in Brazil very hard. It's hard to get a lot of fighters out of there, and then you have to fight if you here in the States. They'll snatch you up right then and now, and you got to be ready because and so many fights have been canceled, and maybe so many people testing positive. And I know that LFA is just like UFC. Y'all not having no crowds. You got to do testing every time you go in. And I know
Yeah.
those testings, like you got to put those things. I know that drives you crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know. It was a little bit weird, but I don't think they went so deep in me. It was just here. It was a different test. I don't know. But I mean, it's weird, right? but it was fine.
Mm.
I put things
Yeah,
up
you
on
get
my
used
nose
to it.
all the time.
Yeah. I bet you were that one kid your parents like. Loopy is always putting crayons up her nose.
Yeah.
Why are you? You know, one day you're gonna sneeze out a number two pencil if you're not careful.
Yeah.
But oh, right now you're training. You're just waiting for the call. I think LFA just had LFA 98 just a few days ago, and I think it was yesterday. And
Yeah.
it's just it's just that thing about it's just thing just waiting for the next fight, and then you have to get ready, and then you have to train, and so much. And it's like, do you ever feel like you want to just say you know what? I just want to just be done. I just want to just want to just take a nap and just and just
Yeah, I love fighting. If I like, I want to fight. I will fight every weekend if I could, but there is, a lot of stuff that goes in place for that, right? So that's why it takes so long for everything. But
mm,
I know my time is coming. We know that, and I'm excited. And I'll be ready, and I'll put on a show when it's my time.
yeah. Well, you know what? I really appreciate your time. Because I
No,
know you got things to do. You got training. Um, yeah. Hello,
yeah.
hello. Okay.
Hi.
Because I know you got things you got to do. You got training. Yeah. And do you have anybody you want to give a shout out to, like sponsors or anybody?
Yeah, I just wanna say thank you to everyone that has been with me since day one, and those people they are still with me. So I'm really thankful for that. My coaches, my boyfriend, he's been there all the time. My sisters, my family, my sponsors, and all the followers that they've been, so good to me. All the lovely messages that I get on Instagram. Thank you for having me, for reaching out and
You're
asking
welcome.
this. That's really nice. Thank you.
Well, I got one more question to go over here. This is from Jason Rose. He says, Loopy, have you anyone in mind for her next fight? And he's asking you who you want to fight. I think you just waited for anybody. If they see you, if you out of your way, you don't care. Trouble come your way.
Yeah, yeah. As long like I want to be in the UFC, I want to fight in the UFC, and I'm just hoping to get anyone from there. And I'll take. I wouldn't say no to any of those girls because I'll be more than happy to fight one of those girls. I mean, they're there for a reason, and yeah, I just want to be in there.
Listen up, Dana White. She don't want to go to UFC. She want to be in UFC. She don't want to be in a Invicta. She don't want to be in Bellator. There's nobody over there in PFL because they ain't fought in months. And she don't want to go all the way to one championship. She wants to be in the UFC. So and to LFA, give her a fight. Let her have a fight. So she if she can defend her title, she can go on. If not, whatever. All right.
Whatever.
So thank you, champ. Thank you, champ. Thank you for coming by, talking with us. We appreciate your time. We hope that maybe once things get settled and straightened out, we get to see you fight soon. All right.
Yeah.
Gracias. Gracias, bonita. Gracias.
Gracias a
All
ti.
right.
Muchas
But,
gracias.
yeah, all right.
Have a good
Okay.
day.
So everybody out there, all right.
Bye.
Muy
Have a
bien.
good
Muy
day.
bien. Bye. You have a good day.
You too. Bye.
All right. Anyway, I like to thank y'all for coming by, and I appreciate the Lupita Gutierrez for the interview. It's your man, always George Page. You know, even though I'm not the emperor, I am the emperor of female bodybuilder talk, but today I just did some MMA women talk. Like, don't like, don't subscribe.